If you're looking for cheap, safe, and reliable MT, make sure you go check out my new sponsor, safembamt.com. Use code JC2K for 5% off and go build that God Squad you always wanted. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to TYDEBO'S NBA 2K21 MyTEAM Awards. I have reacted to a few of his MyTEAM Awards this year for different seasons, and I'm really interested to see what he has for these overall full year awards. This is definitely going to be an interesting video, trying to compare cards from different eras of the game and see which one was the best for their time for each category. Definitely interested to see what his take is and compare that to my takes. Before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, go subscribe to my guy Ty. I'm going to leave his links down in the description below. If you don't subscribe to him on Twitter and follow him on Twitch, or subscribe to him on YouTube and follow him on Twitch, like, I don't know what you're doing. You better make sure you go do that. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Take a look at this video. So I'm going to skip his intro. Make sure y'all go show his video some love, though.
This is going to be the best of everything. So season 1 players are going to be involved, end game players are going to be involved. So this is going to be the best of the best.
Right, like
the MVP award is going to go for who is the most valuable player for their
exactly, for their era.
That all makes sense for you. Same thing
so like
defensive player of the year. It's not just going to be the best.
There'll probably be a comparison of like Dark Matter Taco Fall to like, I don't know, season 1 Steph Curry, and like obviously that Taco Fall is so much better, not even close, but for their time, like that's the comparison. So I think that's pretty obvious.
Now, who is the best defense? Not yet. Please consider smashing that subscribe button.
Again, go sub to Ty if you haven't already, please.
So first up, we do have the cheesiest player in NBA 2K21.
It's got to be Bol Bol. Bol Bol was such a cheese ball from the day he came out.
The dude is 7'6", 380 pounds. The dude's absolutely insane. Then we got Manu Bol, 7'7". Okay, we did good. Thank gosh.
I mean, he's a 7'7", but not that good of a card. Sig stunk. No Showtime dunks. And he was slow. I mean, he was 7'7" at shooting guard, though, so obviously cheesy.
For me, the cheesiest card is Manu Bol.
I guess
the best card, but if you're talking
cheesiest.
about Manu Bol is it.
I mean, I guess he's 7'7" at the shooting guard position, so that's fair.
If you run him at the 2, Bol with the 3, and then obviously like Sim and Taco, Yao and Taco. You can make the average of your height of your lineup right around 7'4" with the addition of Manu.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Makes him the cheesiest player. Longevity award. We're going to start
Danny
with
Ferry.
Now,
I think it's Danny Ferry. Kawhi was the best card in the game when he came out for a relatively decent amount of time. He was one of those guys who, like, if you didn't have him, you were at a disadvantage because he gave you another element at the shooting guard position that no other cards really did in terms of his versatility on both ends and how good he was defensively. That card can still be run today. But for me, I got to say it's Danny Ferry. We got him in, what, April, and he's still, I think, a borderline elite card. I mean, he's not missing any Hall of Fame badges. The card is soaked. Bol Bol's good, too, though. But Kawhi was absolutely incredible for a long time. It's true. Ferry can still be used with a lot of success today.
Right after Danny Ferry in the Warp Reality set. I mean, honestly, you can make the case that right now in the game, Pink Diamond Bol Bol is more useful than Danny Ferry. So for me personally, for the specific time when he came out to where he's still used today, it's Kawhi Leonard. The dude came out for 250K.
I mean, I see what he's saying there. But I really think, I don't know, Ferry from April to August, that seems longer to me in terms of how good he still is compared to how good Kawhi still is. But Kawhi did come out a lot before, so I think this one's kind of opinion, to be honest. It's not Wilt. As good as that card was for his time, no. He was a bad card on offense. Defensively, he was pretty good. He was very good on defense, but it's not him.
Then we obviously going to talk about Kawhi Leonard. I mean, for the MVP.
I actually think that I'd probably pick Kawhi for this one because he gave you everything on defense at his time. Like the best lockdown card in the game, for sure, by his first time.
In my opinion, it's still Taco.
Maybe. He's still incredible. I'm not sure about that, Kawhi, for his time. I don't know. Luka. It was Luka. Kawhi was great, but Luka ran offense before 250K. in my opinion. He was the best card. I don't know. I loved that card.
Luka's pre-250 was absolutely.
You got him with Hoff clamps, couple of Hoff defensive badges, which I did. He was so good.
Absolutely fantastic. But Kevin Durant.
The thing is, I think longevity-wise, Kawhi is the better card than Luka. But at the time, Luka was my favorite card in the game, like pre-250. Like when he came out, Luka was so good. And I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Mavs fan, but that card was incredible.
We're talking about a player that was the best person in 250K for me. It might have been this KD card.
That KD card was really good, but no, it's not him, or I don't think.
Such a complete player. So for me personally,
wow.
I think Kevin Durant was the most complete.
I disagree. I would have said Luka.
Prior to the $250,000 tournament. Now the most overrated card in NBA 2K. Now here's the thing: there are a ton of overrated cards.
Was Russell Westbrook ever rated all that highly? I know that JR was very popular, but he was pretty dang good for his time. KD was never a top shooting guard in the game, I don't think. Maybe the day he came out he was, but as soon as I used his release, I was good on that card. So I'd say it's KD. Because people still hype up KD just because he's KD, but the card's not good that good on current gen. I'm sorry.
Are so hard to green with, and Kevin Durant's is one of them. It's not ungreenable, but it is.
It's not ungreenable, but it's pretty tough.
Just throw J.R. Smith and like Dr. J in together now. J.R. Smith, when he first came out, was a 1.5 to 2 million FT lock. Now, talk about overrated. J.R. Smith was exactly that. Last but not least, Russell Westbrook. And the only reason Russell Westbrook was overrated was for how many people got him, expecting him to be.
I mean, what did we expect of Russ? He was 6 foot. Psh, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Not even close. I think.
Is the most overrated card. I'm sorry, K. Disney, Snake himself.
I think so, 100%. This Kabengele card was super cool. Early game, like day one, you could get this Kabengele card from the Clippers domination. He could shoot the three, he could play a little bit of defense. He was the best Sapphire big. I mean, he might still be the best Sapphire big. Now, obviously, it was a day one card, missing a lot, but not a terrible card. But I think it's Cedric Maxwell. This Cedric Maxwell card is like border. Oh, I accidentally muted him. Cedric Maxwell card is borderline Kawhi Leonard invincible, and he's like 9 KMT. I think it's Cedric.
We just didn't have very many stretch bigs in the game at that time. So
yep,
I think as far as
it's true.
Is concerned, nobody's talking about Kabengele. Cedric Maxwell obviously is a card that recently got released that is absolutely incredible. So we have an early card, a mid-game card, and an end-game card. For me, though, nobody ever talks about Kabengele.
Just follow me. First week, he was really good. First couple weeks, I should say. He was really good.
Next up, the best unlimited.
It was McHale. McHale was the best unlimited award. He was the best center in the game for a week when he came out. Cedric Maxwell and Paul Pierce were never the best card at their position, in my opinion. Although maybe Paul Pierce was day one, but like only RJ Watts got him in the first couple days that I saw.
Either Paul Pierce, Cedric Maxwell, or Kevin McHale. The Boston Celtics.
But Pierce didn't have quick first step. He was all right, but card was mediocre.
Cedric Maxwell came out about the time 250K was out, and I mean he was solid.
Cedric was good, but he wasn't Kawhi or Hondo or Terry Dishinger. It was McHale, I think, because when he first came out, he was the best center in the game. And his arms were really long. I guess first week, sure, but I don't know. We got that Diamond Paul George pretty early, though, and I think that card was better than Paul Pierce. And then we got Dominique as well, who I thought was better than 3. So Jaylen Brown was good. He was a top 3 to 5 shooting guard when he was gotten for sure. Moses was decent. Kukoc is better than Moses was for their times. So it's Jaylen Brown or Kukoc, and I'd say it's pretty much a tie between those two. Malone was good too, though. I liked that card. It's a little bit worse than Bill Russell, I think.
It was already endgame, so that's kind of the troublesome thing for Moses Malone. Tony, on the other hand, he gave you something different, right? He gave you the Ray Allen base. He had a decent player model. That Tony card was better, in my opinion, than Moses Malone.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
For me, Tony is the winner.
I don't know. Maybe, because Jaylen Brown played on my main team when I got him, and I never got Kukoc because he wasn't going to play on my main team. So, for me personally, just based off of that, I would have to say, yeah, terrible. Bob Love, he sucked. I got Bob Lanier first week of the game, and the card stunk. He was slow. He couldn't shoot threes. All he could do was drop step, and he was like 6'10". Even early game, he wasn't good. I got rid of that card quickly. I was running like Amethyst Karl Anthony Towns, Amethyst Chris Stapps, Pink Diamond Mikan, Draymond at center. All those guys were running over him, and they were early game cards. Did not like Bob Lanier, so it's not him. Bob Love was better than Lanier, but still not very good. It's got to be Kobe, right?
Now the best thing about Kobe is, I mean, he's a free invincible card. Let's take a minute and realize he's all luck to get a free invincible Kobe card, but he's free, and you can get him off the Ascension board, which is absolutely ridiculous. Bob Love Pink Diamond Ascension Reward. That dude was an incredible defender when he was attainable. Each and every one of these guys are solid. They're fine. They're more than playable. For me, though, Kobe Bryant was the one I'm most excited about. Hopefully I can get him this season. If not, oh well. But as far as Ascension,
yeah, not even close. I agree.
Best vault reward. Now, all three of these guys are absolutely fantastic.
Further time.
Say something real.
Danny Ferry. I'm sorry, it's Danny Ferry. Because Terry was great, but we got Hondo, we got T-Mac, we got Kawhi like a week later. We got all those cards within like a week of Terry Dishinger. He was incredible, obviously, but Danny Ferry was the best card in the game when he released, and was still the best small forward or power forward in the game the best small forward for a significant amount of time. Kermit was fun too. He could curry slide, had a really good release, great defensive card. But I gotta go Danny Ferry, man. All these cards were really amazing for their time, though. Free cards, really good cards. This was a W. The Triple Threat Vault was a dub this year. 2K hopefully brings back Triple Threat next year, because just keep bringing back modes. Add modes. Don't take away modes. Even if you don't like a mode, it should stay in the game, because some people will like it. Add modes to the game. That is one of the biggest things 2K needs to do. But Triple Threat Online, if they're going to, or offline, both of them, Triple Threat Offline, the Triple Threat Online, keep adding good cards, guys that are top 3 or 5 at their position at least when they came out. If not, cards like this that are top 2 or 3 at their position, or sometimes the best, like Ferry, I think, and Dishinger when he came out. But then, like, the thing that bothers me about 2K this year is, like, look at these cards. You got Danny Ferry, Terry Dishinger, Kermit Washington. All of these cards were top 2 cards at their position the day they came out. You go back and look at the best unlimited rewards, and the day he came out, he was probably the best small forward in the game, but not for long and not that good of a card. Maxwell was never a top card at his position. He was maybe a top 4 card at his position. And McHale was the top card at his position for a week, and then we got Anthony Davis and Chris Webber. So, I don't know. Me personally, unlimited rewards need to be better, because it's harder to get cards than unlimited as well. It takes more skill. So. Kermit Washington was so good for his time, too. I loved that card. That's one of my favorite cards of the year, is Kermit Washington. For me, though, Danny Ferry is the winner. It was close between him and the Dentist, but for me... Agreed, 100%. Ferry was the best small forward in the game for a month. For me, personally. Now, the best Toga Award, this one is a super close one. JoJo White Week 1 was absolutely fantastic. Came with the Paul George. I liked JoJo, but he didn't have handles for days. But he had a really good jumper. Card was decent. I don't think he had clamps or handles for days, but he was pretty good. Moses was very good. AD was better. He said I played AD. I preferred AD for sure. And then Gary Payton. He and Wade were very similar. I liked Wade better. So I think Moses and Gary are really close. It's between those two. But you could really take either one of them, because they were both the second best player at their position when they came out. That's fine. I don't really care as long as it's Moses or Gary. Rookie of the year? Does that mean first time they've been in the game? It's got to be Ferry, man. I love Cade, but Ferry just had this whole, like, I don't know, dude. Ferry was... Cade is just so recent. He's so good. He's a top player at his position. Arguably the best point guard in the game, but I don't know. I'm going to go Ferry. That's my personal opinion. I loved that Ferry card, bro. Yep. He was the best card in the game when he came out. And so was Terry for a couple days.
You could make a case for each and every one of these guys. For me, though, Danny Ferry's just the best. I know Danny Ferry's going to win a lot of maybe awards, but the dude was just absolutely fantastic.
I agree, 100%. Ferry's the best. I love that card. Malik Sealy, Kawhi. He was budget Kawhi. He was so tough. Loved that card.
Malik Sealy is basically Kawhi, okay? Malik Sealy wasn't quite as good as Kawhi.
No, but he was close.
Malik Sealy was absolutely incredible. Like,
Although Sam is 20K, and I don't know. It's close. I don't know. Malik Sealy or Sim, I think. That Anderson card was cool, but I never really ran him much. I'm fine with that. I ran Malik and Sim a lot more than I ran Nick Anderson. I never really ran that card. I ran like Dominique Wilkins and guys like that. And you could also run Julius Erving at the 2, JR at the 2. There were a few other guys I ran at the 2 I can't think of, but Klay Thompson's Amethyst. Guys like that ran the 2 for me over Nick Anderson, whereas Sim and Malik both had their time on my actual main God squad. So you could pick either of them, in my opinion.
Now, Mr. Inconsistent, here we go. We got
no, not. It's not Luka. Let's just put it that way.
But I struggled with being consistent with Kevin Durant. I struggled. I tried with this being on Kevin Durant, but trust me when I say I definitely struggled.
I don't know.
It's just the X and base.
It's not Luka. It's not Luka.
And there's one reason why. It's because
He's tripping. He's tripping. You're tripping, Ty. I don't know who I'd pick between these three. I don't know if these guys are the guys I would go with this year.
Would just absolutely light it up. I remember I was playing one dude. I don't remember it was in a tournament or a wager. And Paul Pierce was 8 of 8 from the field.
Paul Pierce was chicken. He just couldn't shoot threes from the corners. He stepped in the line a lot, but he was chicken for sure early in the game. I'll say that.
Not only this Kevin Durant's in general. Mr. Inconsistent.
Yeah, just in general of KD, sure, that's fine. I like that pink diamond for his time, though. This card was tough for his time. For his time, he was elite. This is the guy. That's the guy I was starting at shooting guard for the longest time after, because I started Dominique for a while, and then I think I picked up this Grant Hill and started him at the 2 for a couple months, maybe not a couple months, but a month at least. I ran him for a while, and he was worth running for a while. I'm not gonna lie. Maurice Lucas was good, but he just had too low of a three-pointer. He only had like a 60-something 3. So, defensively he was good, but he was also kind of small. So I'd say Grant Hill. Maurice Lucas was really good on defense, but like we had guys like Wayne Embry who were similar to Lucas and gave you more on offense. Clem is good. He was just undersized for his time. Would have been really good if we got him a couple months earlier. He would have been like the best Amethyst point guard. I agree. 100%. I would agree with this for sure. MVP.
Valuable player in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM comes down to 3 players. First player we're going to talk about is Season 2 award Blake.
MVP. Taco Fall. It's Taco Fall. I'm sorry. Blake was amazing, but no, he's about to say there's not a. I'll let him finish it. Not a comparable center in Season 1 or Season 2 to Blake Griffin. My thing about Blake is he was great, but we got a guy like Wayne Embry pretty recently after him.
There was nobody like Blake.
I mean, Wayne Embry was close.
We had a guy like Dave Cowens, a guy like Draymond Green, but we didn't have a big that could handle the ball like Blake Griffin could. Taco Fall.
Yeah, he's right, but I don't know.
The best player we have right now.
Taco is incredible. So.
Got the Pink Diamond Steph Curry Season 1 award. People love this.
Steph was so good, but John Stockton was really good too. But then again, yeah, was good compared to Taco. So I don't know. It's really I think just kind of opinion to a certain extent. For like this year overall, based on the way that people are playing the game in Season 1, I feel like it's probably Steph. Right now, I would say it's Taco, obviously, but no, just I don't know. This is tough. Yeah, probably agree. Because everybody, that Steph was such an advantage in Season 1, the way people were playing. All Ruby. Felipe Lopez, KPJ. Definitely KPJ, Thad Young, and Wendell for sure. I don't really know, though. I mean, probably Felipe Lopez and Kobe, sure. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about the Ruby team.
We're talking Amethyst or diamond point guards, he's the best. Boris Diaw's absolutely
Definitely Boris Dio and Devin Vassell, sure. Rondé Hollis Jefferson is really good amethyst power forward, small forward, so he might be over Okiki or Larry Bird. But
first to say that, but everybody loves it. Whether I stream, whether it's on YouTube, everybody loves Chuma Okiki.
never used Chuma Okiki, to be fair.
Best amethyst in the game. Larry Bird at the 4 can shoot.
Matt Bonner at the 5, probably, yeah, because he can shoot.
Bonner at the 5. DBG loved Matt Bonner.
Hey, Klay Thompson release.
Everything.
I think Klay Thompson release was kind of overrated this year, though, to be fair.
Boris Diaw is the MVP of this all amethyst team. The all diamond team up next.
Justice Winslow, yes. Robert Reed, yes. Giannis, maybe.
I would run right behind Boris Diaw. Robert
LaMelo.
Reed, does have the
I would go Luka.
one very quick which on
I prefer Diamond Luka to Diamond LaMelo, personally.
with, but he's still very
And then Eddie Curry at the big, I agree.
Giannis,
Eddie Curry is better than Mo Bamba.
Gladiator Giannis.
And at the 3, you could make an argument for a guy like Jaden McDaniels. In fact, I probably would make an argument for Jaden McDaniels because Jaden McDaniels came with half range. He came with shooting hot spots. Really good jumper. You could put. I mean, he only had gold showtime, but he gave you a lot more on offense, I thought, than that Giannis. Giannis defensively and as a slasher, great though. So close. LaMelo or Luka? He said that. Yep, I agree. But I'd put Luka.
For the diamond Luka Doncic. You can't go wrong with either of them. If you're looking for a triple threat player,
Agreed.
LaMelo Ball is an Adam
That LaMelo card was so fun.
option. And then at the 5,
And so was Luka, honestly.
Eddie Curry's the man with the plan.
Yep, definitely Eddie Curry. Best diamond power forward. Or, I mean, center, I should say. For sure.
Great player both. Next up, we do have the
He's like
all-big
budget Shaq.
diamond team led by
Toppin, you could make an argument for Nick Batum as well, and I think I prefer Nick Batum.
A Disney at the 5.
And
Now, Obi
KZ?
Toppin doesn't have the same rhythm.
Give me Mikal Bridges over KZ any day of the week. Otherwise, I agree with everything. Maybe Nick Batum over Obi Toppin, but Mikal Bridges over KZ any day of the week. His jumper was so chick, and he could play defense
As a guy like Penny Hardaway, KZ,
at a very high level.
you use KZ
I ran that Mikal in some tournaments recently,
very solid
like salary cap tournaments.
wing for KZ. Ben Simmons, if you run him, you're going to want to run your offense through him if you are a current gen, but I slept on Ben Simmons initially. In that
Yeah,
big diamond.
because he didn't have hot spots, but he's pretty good. A still incredible slasher, obviously.
Obviously, that has the base 90.
That is so chick. Love that card.
Down at that center position. Opal team, Kate cutting him at
Easy.
the point guard position. Just an off-brand of the dark matter. Very solid.
Miles at the 2, not KD. I would put KD at the 2, and I would put I guess Isaac at the 3, Raj at the 4, definitely Sean Bradley at the 5, but I would put out of position KD at the 2 personally.
Any day of the week, and I will absolutely love him. Dino at the 4 with Sean
That Dino
Bradley.
card was really good.
We're talking
This is a
Nathan
big
Bradley,
freaking lineup.
Sean Bradley.
You could run this lineup right now and have success with them. If you, I would put KD in for Darius Miles and run Darius Miles off the bench with like Wes Unseld, but
All dark matter team, Cade, AK base 90.
Cade, yes, aka
You see it.
I'd go
Base
Space Jam LeBron over AK. That's just me, personal preference. Ferry, yes, probably in terms of a non-invincible small forward. You could maybe say Thon Maker, but I'd say Ferry probably. Mobley and Sim, sure, I agree. Maybe Wiseman.
Forward, then Mobley.
Wiseman over Mobley, maybe.
And the
Maybe.
six Woodlar.
This is kind of
Squad
debatable, I
is a
think.
squad that you can go out into unlimited with and just compete with any other squad.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because there's no invincibles, just because there's no goats. This
Doesn't matter.
This squad right here is absolutely
All invincible team. Let's see. Ben, Kawhi, Bull, Kareem. Yep. I agree. This is almost my starting lineup right now. I'm running Cade Cunningham at the 2 instead of Kawhi, but this is basically my starting lineup.
Make in NBA 2K21 right now, maybe outside of substituting Andre Kirilenko in for Kawhi.
I do not like that AK as much as Ty does. I'm not gonna lie. I've just never been that good with his release, unfortunately.
But that is going to wrap it up.
All right, shout out to Ty for making this video, though, for sure. I hope y'all did enjoy his video. Make sure y'all go show it some love. Go show his channel some love already. Y'all already know that. But if y'all did enjoy my video as well, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.